Hi Aries, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your 2017 yearly forecast. This is for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising signs. So Aries, to save on time, I have already laid out the tarot cards and the Lenormand cards. I don't want these videos to be too long, so I'm actually using the same spread that I used last year, which is 2 tarot cards for each month, and then to add some additional insight, I've actually incorporated the Lenormand cards into the reading as well. So I pulled 1 additional Lenormand card for each month, just as the general focus for the month, okay? So right now, Aries, I am pulling you a Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle card. This is going to be the overall guidance for the year, the advice for 2017. And then I'm also going to be pulling you a Romance Angel Oracle card by Doreen Virtue as the overall advice or guidance in regards to love and relationships for the year 2017. And I do want to wish you all a very happy new year. I wish you all a wonderful 2017. And as always, I recommend that you watch your sun, moon, and rising signs for the most insight. All right, so the overall guidance or advice for the year, very nice. We just had a card flip out, Aries, and now I'm pulling you a Romance Angel card for 2017. And I am still, Aries, offering the 2017 yearly readings on my website. This is just a general reading, so if you need more insight or clarity, if you're looking for more insight or clarity into what 2017 holds for you, please head over to my website and read about how I offer my private readings. I will have up for sale the 2017 yearly readings for a limited time only. Aries, very nice, very nice. Okay. All right, so starting out with January, Aries, we do have the Hanged Man and the 5 of Cups. And the main focus for the month of January is actually the lady. So for my Aries women out there, this could be you, but there also could be for some of you a woman that is very, very significant in the month of January. Now, with the Hanged Man, there could be some Aries that are waiting on something in January. This could be voluntary, but not necessarily. So there could be some Aries that maybe you're taking a break. Something could have happened with the 5 of Cups here. This can be anything from loss to a negative perception. For some of you, you might feel stuck, or you might be in limbo in some way, and this is probably something that you're very much emotionally connected to. But there is this element of needing some sort of enlightenment or maybe clarity about a situation. So for some of you, I think that you're waiting on something in particular, something that you're emotionally invested in. For some Aries, you could be waiting on a woman. A woman could be very significant here. And you might have a very pessimistic outlook with the 5 of Cups here. So for some of you, you know, definitely needing a more positive outlook in January. If you're waiting, you know, Mercury is in retrograde for part of this month. So there are a lot of holdups. Things are not moving forward the way they normally would. Communication can definitely be misconstrued, or there could even be some delays. So for some of you, maybe needing a more positive outlook is necessary in January. There also could be a woman that's very significant. I do think that some of you are maybe waiting on a woman, waiting on some sort of information or clarity with a particular woman in your life. Now in February, what's interesting is how we have the woman and now we have the man. So this is very interesting. So for some of you, this is very much relationship related. There even could have been a breakup or maybe an argument or something like that, and maybe your relationship status for a very small number of you is kind of kind of hanging in limbo, not really knowing exactly what is happening. Now, for February, we have the High Priestess with the Two of Pentacles, and then the main focus is the man. So a man could be very significant in February. Now, with the High Priestess, for some of you, this definitely could be your energy, highly, highly intuitive in February, maybe even growing more spiritually. You very much could be listening to your intuition and making a decision in February. This could be a very important decision. You also could be receiving a decision because we have the Hanged Man previously. This could be what you are waiting on for some of you. And then for those that maybe have to make a decision, this is you maybe weighing the options, weighing the pros and cons when it comes to something in particular. And with the gentleman here, for some of you, maybe you're making a decision about this gentleman, or this gentleman could be very, very significant for some maybe Aries woman. You might have been waiting on a man or waiting on a decision from a man, and you very well could be receiving that now. For some of you, perhaps you need to play your cards close to your chest. Perhaps you need to keep things to yourself in February. The High Priestess is a very secretive, mysterious woman, and she definitely plays her cards close to her chest. So for some of you, that's exactly what you need to do. Now, for March, we do have the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, with the main focus being the Coffin. So the Coffin can represent an ending. This can be, you know, a very big change that's taking place in March for many of you. But for some of you, with the Eight of Swords, this is a restrictive energy. So this is you putting yourself in a mental prison and maybe fearing the worst, okay? Thinking negatively. This kind of might be stemming from January here, or maybe even something previous. I think there's some sort of situation that you're dealing with, and I think that maybe clarity is needed, or this is you maybe fearing the worst because maybe things are moving forward slowly. The Knight of Pentacles is forward movement, but he is a slower paced forward moving energy. So something within your life, Aries, it might be progressing very slowly, and that's why we have this more fearful or even negative outlook here, fearing the worst or having a lot of doubts or insecurities when it comes to this. But I want to point out that this knight is always successful. Excuse me. He always reaches his goal. So needing to definitely set yourself free from any sort of negative thoughts and putting your focus on the future. The Knight of Pentacles is a very cautious, strategic person. He's going to move forward at a pace he's comfortable with, and he's also very detail oriented. So needing to focus on the future. This is you needing to plan and needing to, you know, plan out all the details. There could be some sort of ending that is coming up for you. For some of you, this could be an ending that you very well want. This could be you approaching some sort of ending slowly but surely. You know, this isn't always negative with the Coffin here. This could be an ending that you want. Now, for some of you, this might be a job because we have the Knight of Pentacles here. So there could be an offer coming in as well that is maybe allowing for some of you to maybe move to a new job, because with the Coffin here, this could definitely be some of you maybe ending a position and maybe even moving to a new position here, needing to really focus on the future and stay away from any negative thoughts. Now, in April, we do have the King of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles, and then the main focus being the heart. So the main focus for the month, even though we have two pentacles here, this is matters of the heart. This is happiness. It can also represent relationships, of course. So relationships, for some of you, you actually could be, your relationship could be in a really good place. You might be really happy here in April. But maybe for some of you, this is, you may be trying to move up within the company that you work for. With the Five of Pentacles here, for some of you, you might feel as though you're lacking financially, even though you might not be lacking financially. This can also be someone who feels left out in the cold in some way. So for some of you, if you are relating to this on the relationship front, for some of you, maybe you went through a breakup here in the month previous, and this could be for a very small number of Aries, you feeling left out in the cold or feeling abandoned, because the main focus is the heart here, and then we have the King of Pentacles. So there certainly could be some Aries that maybe you're in a relationship with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn individual, or someone who's very much like the King of Pentacles. This can be a business owner or someone who's well off. And then for others, this is, you know, maybe things going well on the love front. This can be a very passionate month relationship wise for some of you, but maybe, you know, you're waiting on a raise or a promotion or landing a new job. Even for some of you, maybe you're waiting on this King of Pentacles. Now in May, we do have the Nine of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. So things are looking up in May. This is going to be a wonderful month for you. The main focus here is the key. And the key is for some of you, this is you maybe unlocking something wonderful here. This is like a yes answer. So something wonderful is really happening here. With the Nine of Pentacles, maybe for some of you, you're landing that new job, because this is financial success. This is living comfortably. This is definitely having things built up financially. And with the Page of Cups here, it could be because this can be a wonderful new beginning, yes, for many of you, but this could also be that news coming through that maybe you were waiting on. So for some of you, this is you landing that new job, or this is that raise or promotion. The key is also solutions to your problems. So for those of you that were lacking financially, things are really going to turn around for you in May. So this is really, really positive here. For some of you, you might have an offer of love coming in. This Nine of Pentacles for me sometimes can be like that single status, and this could be an offer of love coming in, absolutely. Now for June, we have the Ten of Cups with the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Mice here. So the Mice is the focus for the month, which some of you might be dealing with some anxiety. And it could be around this maybe Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra individual, because we have the Knight of Swords here. Also, he does represent very hasty energy, so this could be for some Aries you wanting to charge towards the Ten of Cups here. So for some of you, maybe you've met someone previously in the month previous, and you might want to get married. This is a person who really wants to charge forward and move forward very, very quickly. So for some of you, there could be some anxiety attached to this, but I definitely see some Aries maybe falling in love. This is emotional abundance. This is happiness. This is you maybe even spending more time with your family. For some of you, I think there's some anxiety here with the main focus being the Mice. I think there's some anxiety here. So just take caution with that. For some of you, it could be overworking yourself or trying to move forward too quickly, especially those Aries that might have just met someone. Now, in July, we have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. The main focus for the month is the Fish. So for some of you, this could be you actually being self-employed. Maybe you're starting a business for some of you. But I always see the Fish as independence financially. Also, you know, I think finances are increasing for many of you. You're maybe making more money at this time due to, we have the Three of Pentacles here. So you're working your butt off. This is a worker energy. So for some of you, you could be starting your own business, because the Seven of Swords can represent taking a risk, going out on a limb, doing something by yourself here. So for some of you, you definitely could be starting your own business here. So this is very positive. For others, you could be taking some sort of risk within the workplace, but I see you working very, very hard. Now, if you are an owner of a company, Aries, the more negative side of the Seven of Swords is you might have some suspicions. You could be the boss. You could be watching someone with the Three of Pentacles here, keeping your eye on someone. Yeah, making sure that no one's stealing from you. So take caution here with this energy here. You could possibly be watching someone, especially if you're an owner of a business, to make sure that no one is stealing from you. But other than that, I see many of you working very hard and more money coming in. So this is wonderful. Now, yes, August, we have the Nine of Wands, or rods in this deck, excuse me, with the Empress and then the Tree. So this is very nice. So with the Tree being the overall focus for the month, health, you know, this is your health improving. This is you being in a really good place health-wise, especially sitting next to the Empress. This is abundance and prosperity. Abundance in many forms, and I think especially on the health front, with the Empress and the Tree here. But then for other Aries, with the Nine of Rods, this is you holding out, this is you waiting, this is you persevering, and it actually takes a lot of strength for someone to maybe continue on persevering or continuing on holding out for something in particular. Now the Empress can be a woman, so for some of you this is you waiting on a woman. This could be your mother. Maybe some of you are waiting on getting pregnant here for some Aries at this time. And then the Empress also represents new beginnings, you giving birth to something new. So I think that there are some Aries that are maybe waiting to start something new, waiting to be able to give birth to something new. And this also could be like a creative project. But there's this element of having to wait and having to push on, having to continue on, hanging in there and being strong. Now, in September, we do have the Tower and the Ten of Rods, with the focus for the month being the clouds. So with the clouds, for some of you, you're very much in the mind. You're thinking about something very much so. And it could be this great change, because with the Tower, it's something big. So we have this big change that's coming through. For some of you, maybe that's what you're trying to give birth to. With the Tower, it can sometimes represent a building. So for some of you, maybe you're waiting to be able to move, and this might have not been the easiest. Because we have the Ten of Rods here. So we see that progression from the 9 to the 10. So this might have been a burdensome experience. But you're still pushing on. You're carrying this heavy load for some of you. The good news is we see that progression, and this is now a cycle that's completing. Tens represent cycles that are completing. With the Tower, this is something big. So we have great change happening here in September. This is great change. I think that for many of you, you're going to feel relief from you carrying this heavy burden. So for some of you, maybe you've been trying to move to a new home and now you're going to be able to. This can be something happening quite suddenly. And then for others, you know, with the clouds here, you need to make a decision. So for some of you, you could be a little indecisive. You might be dealing with some complications, but I think that with this energy coming through, that, you know, whatever this is, maybe at the beginning of the month, I think it's going to work out towards the end of the month here. Definitely lots of change coming up. Now in October, we do have the Five of Swords with the Emperor, with the main focus for the month being the Cross. Now, the cross for me does represent fate, destiny, karma, sometimes religion, of course. So for some of you, could be dealing with a very religious man because we have the Emperor here. So this could be your boss, this could be your father. Or this could be you, Aries, with the Emperor, because the Emperor represents your sign. So for some of you, this will be you, maybe really, honestly, listening to your intuition, or you could be growing more spiritually. If you find yourself in a predicament where you're losing hope, you really need to remain positive. The Emperor is an empowering energy. and it represents, you know, a person who is in control. So for some of you, you need to maybe honestly put your foot down with the Five of Swords here. In October, you might need a more aggressive approach. This can be a more aggressive person, someone who is willing to do whatever they have to do to be successful. And that's exactly what the Emperor is. He is success, he is stability, he is abundance. So for some of you, you're definitely taking on a more aggressive approach, and you're definitely taking control or taking matters into your own hands. Now, you might feel a little defensive. There could be some of you that are feeling a little defensive when it comes to a particular matter. But if you found yourself having to defend yourself, Aries, a lot in this month or even previously with the cross here, that could very well be coming to an end. Okay, I feel like many of you are empowered. This is you definitely in control. For some of you, a difficult situation where there could have even been a lot of disagreements, I feel like that is coming to an end. For some of you, you could be receiving a lot of help. Definitely having a lot of divine energy around you here. For some of you, there even could be an older gentleman that's not with you anymore, someone who's maybe passed, that is with you and divinely guiding you in the month of October. Through any sort of challenging, difficult situations, Aries. Now, in November, this is things definitely improving here. Things are looking up. And for some of you, it very well could be because you took matters into your own hands or you took on a more aggressive approach. But with the Eight of Rods, there's movement, there's a lot of communication. This is things improving, things looking up, and now moving forward. And it could be because there's clarity that has come to you. With the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Rods, this could be information that has come to you. Things are now revealed, or things are now clear for you, Aries. The Queen of Swords, you know, she's a more serious character, and she wants to get down to the bottom of something. She wants the truth. So for some of you, I think you're hearing the truth, you're receiving the truth, you're definitely receiving that clarity. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or even an attorney, but you could be dealing with a Queen of Swords character. For some of you, this could be your mother, this could be your boss, because the focus for the month of November is the bear. So the bear can represent authority figures. So this could be your boss. This also could be someone who has some sort of power over you. So this could be like your mother. For some of you, you might find yourself actually being very protective in the month of November. You could be very protective of yourself, especially if for some of you, this is your energy of the Queen of Swords, a more serious energy in this month. Someone who's very, very logical and is maybe making moves. There could be a lot going on here in this month. And this is very good financially. So for some of you, could be receiving some legal news here. This could be definitely you hearing about something legal, or maybe you've had something legal going on. This could be clarity coming to you. But overall, November is looking like a wonderful month. Communication is going to be very important. And now you're leaving you're leaving the year of 2017 and going into 2018 with the energy of, we have the Two of Swords and then the Four of Swords, and then the focus for the month is the birds. So let's see here. With the Two of Swords, you very well, Aries, might need to make a decision. If you are needing to make a decision, you very much need to go within and listen to your intuition. For some of you, that's why we have the Four of Swords here. The Four of Swords can represent you going off and spending some time alone. For some of you, you're contemplating something. There's some sort of maybe big decision that is needed here. You're going off, you're taking some alone time to maybe get in touch with your intuition. This is something I don't feel like you're rushing into here. This is definitely you taking your time for those Aries that are making a decision. Now, with the birds being the focus for the month of December 2017, conversations could be very, very significant. So for some of you, This could be a message coming through. You could be hearing something and then you're left maybe having to make a decision. And then if you're an Aries that has been waiting on a very important decision, this could be something legal or something related to career or finances here. This could be messages coming to you, messages that maybe you were waiting on here. The Four of Swords is also a healing energy. So for some of you, could be healing from a particular matter. So if you were waiting on a decision, and maybe for some of you could have been very well waiting this whole year, this could be that decision or that news coming to you, and it's bringing with it maybe a lot of healing energy. So overall, Aries, as you can see, it's going to be a very positive year for you. I would say the second half from May on. So the first, few months here, the first 4 months of 2017, I'm not saying they're bad, but I think that really things start to move forward around May, and the energy really shifts here. I see some of you waiting in January, and I think with the Five of Cups here, I think that you're feeling a little down emotionally. For some of you, you could have had a breakup here. For some of you, you're just maybe dwelling on the past, but things are really going to turn around. Financially, things are looking good. If you're an Aries that was looking to land a new job or maybe even move up within the company that you work for, May is looking really, really good. And if you're an Aries that maybe your relationship was on the rocks, or maybe a relationship has ended, April could be a wonderful month for you. April, May, with the Page of Cups here. But overall, it's going to be a great year for you. Your health is looking good, Aries. Now, the additional guidance for 2017 that I have for you is actually friendship. Make a date for a play day with one or more friends. So needing to get out and about, needing to socialize in 2017, needing to spend more time with your friends. Now, for some of you, you could very well be making a friend, even in January or February, because we have the woman, we have the man here. So there could be, with the High Priestess here, for some of you, this could be a very spiritual gentleman that you're meeting in February. Let me see here. For some of you, maybe there's an earth sign, a water sign, or an air sign that's going to be very significant in 2017. Now, the additional romance angel card that I have for you, Aries, is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I definitely see love coming in for many of you in 2017. So even if you are an Aries that maybe is ending a relationship, and this could be possibly ending a relationship with an earth sign individual, there's new love coming in. And I think that for some Aries, this is actually you going to be maybe falling in love with a friend, or a friend could be presenting an offer to you, because we have this Page of Cups here. So there's an offer of love that's coming to you, Aries, and it's going to be a romance of a lifetime. This is beautiful. For many of you, it's going to be a friend. And then for others, this potentially, could be a water sign or an air sign that's coming in. Okay, but overall, Aries, it's going to be a wonderful year for you. If you would like additional insight into the year, please head over to northeasttarot.com and read about how I offer my private readings. If you want a 2017 yearly reading, I do still have them available for a couple more weeks here. Okay, so I hope that you all have a wonderful 2017. Take care.